Well, after the video and the introduction, I think we're all done. Thank you all for being here today. This is really nice of you to stop by. I want to give a special thanks before I even do anything to Steve Burns for doing the national anthem for the first time since fourth grade. I really appreciate that. Lou Giovanetti came down from Lou's on the Hill to sing a great version of our national anthem, and I'm really honored because Lou has sung that national anthem in Yankee Stadium and here today, so that's really cool. And then Rabbi Dee Dee Thomas, thank you so much for such a great invocation. I think you really nailed what we're here for today, and I appreciate the prayers and the sentiments from you and everybody here today. So how about we get started? Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the City of Torrance and my colleagues on the Torrance City Council, I want to thank you for joining us today. It's really exciting to me to share with you what's happening in our city. A lot is happening in our city. But before I get down to business, first of all, want to congratulate this year's Citizen of the Year, Ms. Dee Dee Hicks. Can we get a round of applause? I've told her this, but I'd like everybody to know this is really an honor to share this day with you. It truly is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dee Dee. And my congratulations also go out to the past recipients of this very distinguished award who are also here today. Every one of you are heroes to our community. Now, there's a number of folks I have to thank, but first, what I'd like to do is, how about we get the selfie, huh? All right, that's the first time that's ever been done at the State of the City. And along that lines, today is the first ever City of Torrance is being televised on Periscope Live. So any of you who understand social media, that's one of the latest ones there are. So let me take a second to say hello to our viewers. Hi, Periscopers. Hashtag State of the City, hashtag Torrance CA, and hashtag Mayor Pat Furey. Now, I have to thank my colleagues on the council. They've all been working hard on some of the initiatives that I brought forward at the outset of our administration. Thanks, guys. Give them a round of applause. And thank you also to Donna Dupron, Brandon Matson, the board of directors, and the entire staff of the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce for your friendship and help all year long, and especially for doing all the arrangements for today's event. Again, a round of applause. I have to also thank our city manager, Leroy Jackson, and our assistant city manager, Mary Giordano. It's unusual we have them sitting in the middle of the room. And, they help us to keep Torrance moving in the right direction. That's the way it should be. Thanks also to the Torrance executive staff and all of the city employees for their hard work, which makes Torrance such a special place. Also, a big thank you to Fran Fulton and Dominica Mergadishian for your strong support in the economic development. And also, well deserved. Also, I want to thank Brian Sunshine, Aram Shaparian, Eleanor Barth Jones, and Viet Hong for their day-to-day support to me. Thank you. And I also have to offer special thanks to Margie Werner, Dorothy Ellis, Linda Fisher, Tony Gorella, Beth Laird, Kathy Polliard, and all the other clerical staff and interns who help the council and myself stay on task and be in the right place at the right time. A big round. Thank you also to Michael Smith, Jin Chun, and Jamie Lay, who helped me organize my thoughts and words and who produced the wonderful video we just watched. Thank you, guys. And lastly, and truly most importantly, a very special thank you to my wife of almost 40 years, Terry, and our children, Sunday and Patrick, who is here today, and our grandchildren, Shay and Dylan. I'm so proud of you and very grateful for your support and encouragement. It's the only way we can do this. Last year, we committed to work on strengthening public safety, improving children's safety while at school, retaining and attracting quality business, modernizing infrastructure, resolving traffic concerns, improving information technology, protecting neighborhoods from overdevelopment, promoting affordable programs for seniors and youth, government transparency, and of course, maintaining a balanced budget. And that's what we've been doing. We've been pretty busy. I'm here today to set the record straight that business is booming in the city of Torrance, truly. I know we've made some headlines for some impactful changes to our community, causing some buzz and chatter, but in the last year, we've been also correctly referred to as an economic powerhouse and also identified as a positive example in economic development. I believe the more than 2,000 new business licenses issued in Torrance just last year and the 300 or so new members of the chamber bear that out. But it wasn't by accident. We're out there hitting the pavement, making the contacts, helping new and existing businesses grow and expand in our city. Did you know that Torrance has a rate of under 5%, way below the county, the state, and the nation in unemployment? Our economic development team includes professionals from varying backgrounds who are constantly working in order to expand the level of communication and coordination, and ultimately create proactive measures to fully capture the benefits and marketing edge of working and doing business in Torrance. Recently, an Air Talk segment on radio station KPCC, the panelists discussed the effects of the new $15 an hour minimum wage in the city and county of Los Angeles. Tracy Rafter, the founding CEO of the Los Angeles County Business Federation, recognized Torrance as one of the cities taking the initiative to keep businesses and their employees happy. And that's because we are acutely aware of the concerns of our local business community, and we are doing all that we can do to assist. In a recent article, Marcus Yam of the Los Angeles Times referred to Torrance as an economic powerhouse. And that's because Torrance continues to be an attractive location for business. And inquiries are received on a regular basis from companies looking to establish themselves or enlarge their footprint in our city. The Torrance team is constantly working with professionals in the commercial real estate community and utilizing site selection tools, as well as providing incentives such as permit expediting, recruitment, and financial assistance to help the Economic Development Office bring in new businesses to keep the city growing. In the past, Torrance has subscribed to an online real estate database service to help identify available space to attract businesses or facilitate expansions within the city. But through the partnership with the South Bay Economic Development Roundtable and the South Bay Workforce Investment Board, a regional site selection tool will now be available that will not only help identify available space, but will also provide specific information for each city in the South Bay, including demographics, services, and incentives available without any cost to the city. That's fantastic. A growing community of craft breweries is a great example of our streamlined permitting process and business-friendly environment. And Lori and Bob Brandt are sitting at the table up here where I had lunch, and they're keenly aware of what they started. They were the groundbreakers here. Thank you, Lori and Bob. Let's give them a round of applause. And without even talking to Lori and Bob, I know some of you are wondering, why brew in Torrance? Why is all these breweries happening here? Well, opening a brewery, as it said on the video, in Torrance takes about 3 months and $3,800 permit fees. And you compare that to 12 months and almost $7,000 in fees that is required in some neighboring cities. So it only makes sense why they choose the city of Torrance. It's cost effective. It's a great place to be. But that is only one reason why businesses want to be here. The quality of life in Torrance is exceptional. A contributing factor, of course, is our schools. We are honored that our very own Torrance Unified School District proudly boasts one of the highest graduation rates in the state of California, at more than 95%. Torrance students are constantly being recognized for their academic and extracurricular activities, whether they're being accepted to the colleges of their choice or receiving honors in debate, choir, robotics, athletics, music, or dance competitions. Our students are able to achieve their goals because of supportive parents and the talented team of teachers, classified employees, and administrators that work tirelessly to ensure their success. Let's give a round of applause for Dr. Mannon, the school board, and all of our educators. Now, did you know that 3 Torrance schools, Jefferson Middle, Richardson Middle School, and West High School, are the recipients of the 2015 California Gold Ribbon Schools Award? These schools were chosen because they exemplify learning centers where students succeed as a result of a dynamic teaching and a collaborative learning community. This year, we continued the tradition of Students in Government's Day for 8th grade students. And we initiated a new program that Mary mentioned earlier for our high school government classes. In this new program, I explained how local and state government fit in with what students were learning about in their U.S. government classes. Through telling my story and sharing with high school seniors the various opportunities to become involved in the community, I engaged students in the civic process. It was a rare opportunity for me to have a dialogue with our future community leaders about the transition from being a high school student to the opportunities and challenges of becoming an adult. And this year alone, I spoke to more than 1,500 students at Torrance High, South High, West High, North High, Sherry, and Bishop Montgomery, all in a classroom setting. That was fun for me. I think it was fun for them. I've been invited back. Of course, those who were subjected to it graduated, so they're putting it on the next class. I'm really happy to report that both of these unique programs will continue again this year in the city of Torrance. The city of Torrance recognizes quality and compassionate health care because our great hospitals and medical facilities set such high standards. Staying true to the reputation of healthcare capital of Los Angeles County, providing options to our community has always been important to Torrance. We're lucky enough to have 2 hospitals in Torrance and many medical centers like UCLA Medical and Kaiser Permanente serving our city and our residents. Now, for 5 consecutive years, Torrance Memorial was voted the South Bay's best hospital by the Daily Breeze readers. And on the horizon is an upcoming renovation to the North Tower to benefit women's and pediatric services. And in July, U.S. News and World Report ranked it among the top 6% of hospitals in the state for 2015-2016. Congratulations, Torrance Memorial. But in addition, as Mary pointed out, Provident Little Company of Mary has received HealthGrade's 2015 Patient Safety Excellence Award for preventing patients from suffering complications during hospital stays. The distinction places Provident among the top 10% of hospitals in the nation for excellent performance by HealthGrades, a leading online resource for comprehensive information about physicians and hospitals. Round of applause for Provident. And I want to point out at this point, you all heard that I was going to give you some secrets or let some cats out of the bag. Mary let a cat out in the bag that I didn't know about. So thanks for letting that one out. That was an extra surprise for the mayor, the city council, and some parts of our city staff, I'm sure. Thank you. But also contributing to the quality of life is one of the greatest benefits we have in living in or doing business in Torrance is the peace of mind we have in being in such a safe city. Our police department has continued its community outreach and crime-fighting strategies throughout the year to combat the increase in crimes impacting our region. The combination of outstanding community support, progressive policing, and relentless follow-up has allowed the Torrance Police Department to stay ahead of crime trends. Noteworthy, just last month, the Torrance Police Department's cold case unit received an award from the California Police Officers Association for solving a homicide that occurred in 1979. Let's give them a round. Chief Masuda and the men and women in the blue, the Torrance Police Department, in my estimation, is law enforcement at its best. The Torrance Police Department has also created another way to open the lines of communication. The department's mobile app allows users to report issues of concerns directly from your mobile device and with photos. Users can view the department's contact information, explore the TPD's social media, view wanted and missing persons, press release feeds, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Now, our premier fire department remains an ISO Class 1 fire department, one of less than 60 in the whole United States. And it offers mutual aid to neighboring cities and throughout the entire state of California during the fire season. In fact, just last week, 9 men and 2 Torrance engines returned home from the Butte fire up north, where they were providing their expertise to save people and property way far away from our town. And this is already the second time this fire season that the men and women of the Torrance Fire Department have helped out with a strike team to fight a wildfire far away from our city. Let's give them another round of applause. Recently, our fire chief, William Burkowski, announced he will be retiring at the end of the year. And I want to publicly say I will miss him on a personal and professional level, especially the espressos, the Italian pastries. And actually, I've been thinking, should I make him an offer he can't refuse? Anyhow, his leadership and connection to the community has been an amazing asset for Torrance. Thank you, Willie. I know Nancy's going to make him crazy. Just saying. But because of his fine leadership and the management team he has created, I can assure you we will be in great care at the time of his exit. Now, General George S. Patton once said, "Prepare for the unknown by studying how others in the past have coped with the unforeseeable and the unpredictable." The February ExxonMobil explosion and subsequent incidents have been an eye-opener for our city. We are keenly aware of the concerns our community, and we share many of those concerns. With the safety of our community in mind, we have met with refinery officials and safety experts numerous times, seeking explanations for every one of the incidents. And as partners of the business community, we are quite knowledgeable about the economic impact the closure has made on our region, including many of our businesses. We feel certain that the regulatory authorities, federal, state, and regional, will not permit the refinery to resume operations until all safety measures are in place. And I know the refinery is working to put them all in place. In working to keep the public trust and keep the lines of communication open, the council will be conducting a public workshop on October 13th, and ExxonMobil officials will be there to listen to community concern and explain the status of the refinery and exactly what safety measures are being put into place. And this is to offer more peace of mind to the business community and residents. And because of the rising popularity in mobile devices, remember, we just took a big selfie, the city has taken the proper steps in establishing Torrance alerts. Anybody here know about Torrance alerts? That's really not enough. I need more. The Torrance Alerts notification system enables residents to receive informational messages from the city in the event of an emergency. It's a free service provided by the city to make sure you have the information you need when you need it. Information sent through the Torrance Alert system is intended to help keep you updated should the city or region experience an event such as an earthquake, fire, public health emergency, or a similar situation. I urge you all to sign up and stay connected. The sign-up process is easy, and you can personalize what kind of notifications you'd like to receive in addition to how you'd like to receive them. Just visit the city's website. Now let's get down to business. By now, I'm sure you have noticed the exciting changes on the boulevard at the Del Amo Fashion Center. Have you not? A reconfiguration, demolition, and reconstruction of the Del Amo Fashion Center will result in the addition of a new neighbor and anchor tenant, Nordstrom, and a new multi-level parking structure with 21 electric vehicle charging stations and more than 100 brand new stores. Everyone is talking about this project, everyone. Upon completion, the Fashion Center will be the largest shopping center in the western United States. And the 5th largest mall in America. So there you are. With more than 600 construction jobs and 400 retail and restaurant jobs already created, Simon Property Group has made a huge impact on our economic growth, and Nordstrom has not even opened yet. I really have to thank them for their contribution to our city. Let's give them a round of applause. They can hear across the street. Elected officials from local, regional, and state are excited to see this project finally come to fruition. But you know who the happiest person is? Aunt Terry Furey, my wife. And I'm a little strained about the economic relationship I'm going to have with Nordstrom and the Del Amo Fashion Center and my wallet. Nordstrom will have its grand opening just a few days on October 9th, and 60 new stores will be open at the same time. Yeah, as seen on the video, taking over the site once occupied by the Ball Corporation is the NYX Cosmetics Distribution Center. NYX Cosmetics, a division of the L'Oreal conglomerate, can be found at Ulta, Target, Urban Outfitters, CVS, and independent beauty supply stores nationwide as well as internationally. An estimated more than $500,000 in construction will begin very soon on that site. Also exciting, their very first retail store will open in our very own Del Amo Fashion Center. Kind of appropriate, I think. Hey, an exclusive members-only club is also expanding here in Torrance. It'll feature more parking, a car wash facility, and get this, an expanded gas station. Yeah, it's Costco. Just when you thought it was safe to go down to Lomita Boulevard. I can't wait to the grand opening on that because we'll get it in there first. It's one of my favorite clubs. The new store will be approximately 18,000 square feet larger than the existing location, and construction is expected to be completed next summer. We understand that having a safe and affordable place to call home is important to everyone in our city, so we welcome Wellbrook South Bay, Sunrise Senior Living, and the Cabrillo Family Apartments. By providing more rental options for local residents, these housing units contribute to the economic and social well-being of the entire community. Connecting our community to the builders of the South Bay, the premier lumber company, Canal Lumber, was recently approved to commence construction and operation of a lumber yard and building supply store on the nearly 19 acres on Del Amo Boulevard. The main building will be approximately 86,000 square feet, will be utilized for retail sales and large volume distribution operation. And this project is also expected to be completed by next August. So there's a lot of things for us guys to do. We can go to Costco and then we can stop over at Canal Lumber and take something home to do some projects. I think really exciting is the 8-acre complex in the city's financial district, right on the boulevard, housing the tallest building in Torrance, dating to the mid-1960s, will get new shops, restaurants, and a high-end health club, and a $35 million makeover over the next 2 years. Renamed the Del Amo Crossing, owner Stephen Muller of Muller Company said, "It's a rare opportunity to reinvent what was once one of the area's most prestigious business complexes." And that's true. We are thrilled to have an iconic building back in our city. Let's give the Muller Company a round of applause. They can hear in Irvine. As I mentioned earlier, the more than $250 billion beer industry, who knew $250 billion beer industry? Well, they made their mark in Torrance. And soon, as mentioned in the video, we'll have a total of 9 breweries in our city. Now, beer isn't the only thing these breweries are creating. Jobs, commercial activity, and tax revenue all bubble up from this industry. With our brewery owners on the forefront of this movement, Torrance has become a craft beer destination. And because of the popularity of our breweries, people are visiting our city and discovering our hometown feel. So to all of the brewery owners, I say, cheers, bottoms up, keep them coming. With an expected completion date of this November, a 30,000 square feet Rusnak Maserati auto dealership and service center will open on the boulevard. The Rusnak Auto Group has been a premier European luxury automotive dealer in Southern California for more than 50 years. Also on the boulevard, Scott Robinson Honda recently finished renovations, and it's really looking pretty good. I have to commend them for helping us polish the boulevard, and now putting Scott Robinson Chrysler is on their makeover list, and they're already starting to work on that. So I have to say thanks to you guys for that. In an organized effort currently taking place is the creation of the Torrance Auto Dealers Association, as well as establishing a Buy in Torrance retail marketing campaign. And I have to thank Jeff Robinson, Victoria Rusnak, and Jeff LaPont for being instrumental in this development. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the departure of Toyota Motor Corporation happening in 2017. As a business partner, they have contributed so much over the years to our community. The last thing, the Toyota Sports Complex has been consistently booked since its opening, and they continue to support the city's activities. They've said that they will support all of the nonprofits they've been involved with for the next 5 to 7 years. And to that, I really think it's appropriate to give Toyota a good round of applause. They've been a wonderful corporate partner for so long. Though the future of the property is still unknown, I can say that there have been many inquiries about the property. Companies on both a national and a global scale are interested in moving their business to Torrance, and we are certainly eager to help or facilitate in any way we can. The city of Torrance is within a foreign trade zone, and last September we partnered with the Port of Long Beach, the Los Angeles Economic Development Corporation, and others to host a foreign trade zone workshop that provided information about the advantages and opportunities of doing business in a foreign trade zone and how this important economic development tool can help businesses better compete in global markets. Torrance also continues to receive various foreign delegations interested in learning how a full-service city operates by viewing, hearing presentations, and visiting city facilities and local businesses. And some of the visitors have also been interested in establishing sister or friendly city relationship. In fact, I will be traveling to China soon to pursue some of these opportunities to create relationships with long-term cities. Long-term, we hope that creating these relationships will eventually open up new doors to foreign businesses growing or expanding their businesses in Torrance. Now, when I stepped into office, an advisory board focusing on international business was on my mind and a high priority in this 21st century. I'm happy to report that the Office of Economic Development is pursuing the establishment of an International Economic Development Advisory Board to pave the way for increased international investment and trade with Torrance. The USC, yeah, I said USC, we called upon them, To all my Bruin friends, hey, what do you got to do, as an Irish guy, it was tough going over there. But we went to USC to have a great Saul Price School of Public Policy, and they conducted a capstone project for us and did a study, the concept of establishing such a board in the city of Torrance. And several of the concepts identified in the study will be incorporated into the formation of this board. I really look forward to this in the very, very near future. But I have to say, we really do appreciate our current businesses, you guys. I believe the element of retention is most dependent on our relationships and partnerships in the community. Each year, the Office of Economic Development hosts the Torrance Advantage Awards business recognition event that allows our city to say thank you to the businesses that do so much for our community. It also provides an opportunity to showcase various companies and areas in our city. We've also continued revitalization efforts in downtown Torrance, and we'll be stepping up our efforts with sidewalk improvements and decorative lighting. Discussions on implementing more user-friendly signage down there are also taking place, and exploration of funding options is already underway. Another addition to our community are the 6 new public electric vehicle charging stations. A few weeks ago, as part of National Drive Electric Week, we hosted an EV charging station ribbon cutting ceremony and an EV Expo and EV Ride and Drive event. This is a great example of Torrance's commitment to environmental sustainability. Whether it's pioneering one of the first publicly accessible hydrogen fueling stations with Toyota and Shell on 190th Street, or allocating space for both CNG and biodiesel refueling at the city yard, or completing the Torrance Transit Department buses to an all-green fleet by the end of this year, or ensuring that both Level 2 and DC fast charging stations are made accessible throughout the city of Torrance. All of those initiatives ensure that Torrance minimizes not only its operational carbon footprint, but also supports our residents, businesses, and their employees that want to do the same. Now, I can't mention all the steps we are taking to improve the environment without acknowledging our great partner and friend, Honda Motors. Designing for our environment, Honda continues to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions in their products that contribute to global climate change. Let's give a round of applause for Honda and Steve Morikawa. Did you know that Honda vehicles are 90% recyclable and their power equipment products are 95% recyclable? Environmentally conscious in design, they use fewer substances that are potentially harmful to the environment and manufacture with fewer scarce or non-recyclable materials. What a steward of the world they are. That is fantastic. Honda's build easy-to-dismantle products help to facilitate the recycling of materials. They are a trailblazer in both innovation and environmental leadership, and we are so happy to continue our relationship with Honda. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support to everything we have in our city. So guess what? We won the Weiland Foundation National Mayor's Challenge for Water Conservation. It's so great to say we're number one. We are number one. We beat out almost 4,000 cities. 4,000 cities across the country. We kicked their butts. Congratulations, Torrance. And the side benefit of that is we claim more than 400,000 gallons in water reduction pledges. As your mayor, it's great to know that in the midst of California's horrible drought, our residents, our businesses, our city can come together to make a pledge to save water. In Torrance, we recognize all of our vital resources. As one of the first cities to enact a water supply ordinance, the city of Torrance knows the value of water. We've been conserving and recycling water within our business community and in our parks, and will continue to be proactive in water conservation. In fact, because of our excellence in water conservation, I will be sharing our best practices at the U.S. Conference of Mayors 2015 Water Summit next month in California. We constantly encourage residents to look at ways they can conserve water. So fix that leaky faucet, take shorter showers, or use only Energy Star appliances, because our actions can result in benefits for our entire community and for our future. We recently unveiled the improved Amy, Henrietta, and Entradero stormwater basins with a virtual ribbon cutting ceremony at City Hall. These improvements are intended to capture and infiltrate more stormwater into the groundwater basin. As part of the process, we installed native landscaping and created access trails and educational opportunities at the Henrietta and Entradero basins. In addition, as we prepare for the expected El Nino, these stormwater basins will also act as a runoff collector to prevent flooding and downstream erosion, in addition to improving water quality. An open house at the Henrietta Basin is scheduled for November, and I encourage you to visit and explore this oasis of nature. It was amazing when we went to Washington, D.C. and told the Bureau of Reclamation about we had stormwater basins. We used to call them sumps. They're now stormwater basins. This is politically correct. And they said, why? And we had to scurry around and figure out why. When we did, it was a great sales point because no other cities have them. So it's a great way for us to be safe in storms and to actually put water back in the aquifer. Speaking of our carbon footprint, Transit's fleet modernization project is entering its final phase. The goal of this project is to transition all diesel buses to alternative fuel vehicles, thus reducing our emission levels and our overall carbon footprint. So by this time next year, Transit will be operating a 100% all alternative fuel bus fleet. That's pretty cool. And Kim Turner, that's cool, but the most exciting transportation project right now is the Torrance Transit Park and Ride Regional Transit Center. The groundbreaking occurred just a few days ago, and this state-of-the-art transportation hub will be a key location for multimodal travel in the South Bay. And if I have my way, a final stop on the Green Line as soon as we can talk the Metropolitan Transit Authority into doing the right thing. If all goes as planned, the facility will be fully operational in early 2017. Transit will also be expanding our line number 4, which is the South Bay to downtown LA service later this year. It'll operate all day and also provide service on the weekends. And along with this, Transit will be enhancing our Line 3 rapid service from Redondo Beach to Long Beach. New bus shelters, a bus single priority system, and numerous other passenger amenities are set to be unveiled to complement our rapid line, bringing our customers even better service. We recognize that infrastructure development is a vital component in encouraging a city's economic growth, and developing infrastructure enhances a city's productivity, consequently making businesses more competitive and boosting a region's economy. In order to provide our residents, business partners, and visitors ease in navigating through our city, we have been hard at work improving our city's infrastructure. Anybody who's been stuck in traffic because of the work we're doing, we apologize, but we'll get through this. At more than $40 million, street and pavement rehabilitation, repair to sidewalks, gutters, and sewers, upgrades in traffic signals and landscaping, and the addition of bike lanes will take place in locations such as Crenshaw Boulevard, PCH and Hawthorne, 182nd and Crenshaw, and recently they've been completed on Palos Verdes Boulevard. If you've not been there, go by Palos Verdes Boulevard and see the work that we do, the level of the work that the city of Torrance does. We do it once, do it right, and never have to do it again. That's the important way to do it. Now, not only does infrastructure enhance the efficiency of production, transportation, and communication, it also helps provide economic incentives to public and private sector participants. The accessibility and quality of infrastructure in a region helps shape domestic businesses' investment decisions and determines the region's attractiveness to foreign investors. All this business talk, and who do we have to thank for that? Well, our hardworking and talented city staff continue to look for ways to improve all our city has to offer. Under the leadership of our city manager, Leroy Jackson, and assistant city manager, Mary Giordano, our team works day to day to plan for Torrance's future. Not next week, not next month, not next year, but the next 10 years and the next 20 years. It's the legacy that we have to leave for those who come after us. Without their dedication, we would not have the services we are able to offer today, tomorrow, and 30 years from now. Let's give them a round of applause. In addition to our staff, the Torrance volunteer community is really like no other. We have amazing boards and commissions that do incredible work, and without these groups of involved citizens, our community would not be as vibrant a place. Let's give our volunteers a great round of applause. Just this past Tuesday, a new opportunity to serve our community was established. I'm really proud that council voted to start a social services commission, which will assist and address the population of veterans, the homeless, the special needs children, and the intellectually challenged adults. Commissions will be appointed in January, so stay tuned. I really believe this is going to be one of the most relevant commissions we've ever had in our city, and I'm really proud of my colleagues for seeing this and being able to find the funding for it. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Also, a new addition is the website redesign ad hoc committee, created to provide direction for the upcoming torranceca.gov overhaul and redesign. The team has already completed the request for qualifications phase and is currently accepting requests for proposals from the qualified candidate pool. With the new content management system, social media integration, refreshed look and feel, and so much more, we should expect to see a new website rolling out about this time next year. Speaking of committees hard at work, this November, in addition to our annual Armed Forces Day parade and celebration that takes place in May, we will be acknowledging our veterans, especially our Vietnam veterans, as we partner with the Department of Defense for the 50th anniversary Vietnam War commemoration. Let's give our veterans a round of applause. The Armed Forces Day Ad Hoc Committee is currently planning a week-long celebration, and I encourage you and invite you all to join with our veterans this November, this Veterans Day, this Veterans Week. Also on the books for the committee, how about this? A 5K race will be added to the 57th Annual Armed Forces Day Parade and Celebration next May. I have to thank the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce for their desire to fund this special celebration, a special addition to our celebration. It's great that we can actually add something to an already great, long-standing tradition. Thank you. So what's new and exciting and coming to Torrance? Last year I mentioned we were working on a transit initiative, and we have been. Staff is actively searching for funding to bring a rubber tire trolley service to our city. From the transit center to downtown to the mall and the hotels and even a stop at the beach, this service will be completely within our city boundaries, giving everyone a reliable, safe way to get around Torrance. So if this is successful, this project could potentially bring back the old red car in a new form and provide a convenient mode of transportation to our residents, visitors, and business partners. The side benefit also would alleviate the parking issues that people encounter. Remember, it's leaving from the transit center where we have 250 parking spots. So I think it's really going to be a great thing for our residents, the businesses, our children, to get around in our city. So get ready for a retro throwback in the now modern city of Torrance. So are you ready for the final reveal? And I'm really upset now because they said Mayor Furey knows. Well, I didn't know about that, Mary. Holy cow. Could have called a guy. And I know some of you are going to be disappointed. I've read your emails, and I've met with some of you in person, and unfortunately, I can't give you everything that you've asked for. Man, I just hope that doesn't create fireworks. Well, actually, that's it. Soon I will be bringing information to council that will allow a fireworks show to return to Torrance next July 4th. Did I mention that to you, Mr. Jackson? Okay. Just checking. I know this popular event has been missed by many, and I'm happy to announce they will once again light up our skies. And we're working with cable TV to have it simulcast, so everybody sitting on their back porch or in their backyard will be able to turn on Channel 3 or Channel 31 and watch the fireworks from their backyard and listen to the actual music and the verbiage that is transmitted. So it's truly a great way to enjoy fireworks. Now, like any other city, we have challenges, but when it comes to facing those challenges, we're out there grabbing the bull by its horns. So when the negative buzz is ringing in your ears, ignore the ambassadors of negativity and rather think about all the positive things Torrance has to offer. Competitive utilities and business license fees, no gross receipts tax, clusters of major industries, skilled labor pools, proximity to Los Angeles and Long Beach ports and Los Angeles International Airport, freeway access, excellent year-round climate, beautiful open space, and a beach, theater and the arts, nationwide rankings for safety and livability, excellent schools, and a business-friendly, full-service, customer-centered city. So I leave you with this. Spread the good word. Be our advocate. Be our cheerleaders, because Torrance is open for business, and business is booming in Torrance.